Shit. What's up, pal? Let me start that over. We're here, we're hanging, we're chilling. It's HMG After Dark. Chris and Tammy, Dark Side of the Ring. Daily Motion, Wrestling Obsessed 365. How y'all doing? Hope you had a great holiday, great Christmas. Thank you for joining with. Make sure you sign your NDA, pal. Whoop, whoop. Rumors? No. There was a lot of infidelity. I mean, Tammy admitted to sleeping with Bulldog. Oh, they're not apologizing for that one, pal. Did you see that scrum?
Came down to 13-year-old Chris Candido and said, listen, you're going to die at 33, but you're going to be a WWF champion. More belts than you can count. You're not going to have kids or get married, but you'll be a wrestling star who's going to be remembered by the people and by other wrestlers. You accept? He would say, yes. You know, like he took also it's Johnny Candido, Chris Candido's younger brother.
Oof, man, the wrestling lifestyle, man. Yeah, pal, 2024 is getting ready to yeet on out of here. What's up? Damn good to see you. Whoop, whoop. Happy yeet year, pal.
Wrestling Federation. He took this platter that was left behind at somebody's wedding, and yeah, so he just made this out of a weight belt. It looks like a legit wrestling belt.
Wow, that's actually wow. Yeah, Candido made that belt at 13. That's talented. Yeah, very tragic. And obviously, of course, you feel more for Chris because he really was more like, if there was any victimist, it was him and his family. Hey, what's up, Sonic? Good to see you, pal. Whoop, whoop. Hope you're having a good weekend, pal. Yeah, like this story would be like, yeah, the Chris and Tammy story. That's yeah, that's a drama series right there, pal. Yeah, and it was a complication from surgery over something happened to his leg. Like, fuck, dude.
Relationship was his other obsession.
Just Tammy was just an acquaintance at that time, but he left the prom with the girl and she was sitting there in her convertible. And he left the date arm apart. Which I didn't think was very nice. In the very beginning that she was lovely.
Graduating from high school, Chris does everything in his power to himself with the wrestling business. My brother was
Yeah, rest in peace, Jimmy Carter. You can say what you want about how he did as president. He was a phenomenal human being. The contributions that man gave to humanity, and yeah, you can't measure them.
wrestling, and I'm the one who brought Chris Candido and Tammy Sitch to mainstream wrestling. For me bringing Chris Candido to Smoky Mountain Wrestling was that I couldn't pay him enough to justify asking this kid from New Jersey to East Tennessee for $75 a night, 4 times a week, or whatever. At the same time, Tammy side photography or just. But I was looking at her. I said, "There's something about her. She's got charisma. She's a very pretty girl, but she seems." Got an idea. What if Tammy was a manager? What if she could talk?
That's why I loved Carter. He was a good human being. Someone that all of us should kind of like. He set a great example.
Applied to the University of Tennessee and got accepted. And I said, well, that's great. Yeah, you can take that little road trip. And as long as you go to school. Look, it's going to be temporary. Of course, he had to wear a baby bonnet. What? Just making me so crazy. Make up these stories. So there was Christopher walking around in a baby bonnet and a diaper.
The suicide blind Chris Candido.
I guess it makes sense to.
He understood that it took more than a great move or a great match to get over. He realized he had to be a character. My name is Mick Foley. I'm a 3-time WWE champion. I'm known as the
That's true. Chris Candido was one of those guys that, while he was great in the ring, he understood he needed character and charisma to get over.
liked to be a jerk. He was one of the best jerks I've seen in our business. Though Chris relishes playing the bad guy, it's Tammy who's destined to be the ultimate.
I was in college. I was a pre-med student. I wanted to be a plastic surgeon. I was like, this is his thing, you know. I'm in school to be a doctor, but I was like, all right, it might be fun. I'll make a couple extra bucks, and that's how I fell into it.
We were in East Tennessee in the early 90s, and it was a highly Republican area. Everybody hated the Clintons. He's president. Hillary has tons of heat with all the Republicans.
I could have stayed home and baked cookies and had tea, but what I decided to do was to fulfill my profession.
I saw an opportunity to basically piss off every Republican and every hillbilly in East Tennessee and surrounding states. This young lady is Tammy Fitch. Now, the Smoky Mountain Wrestling attorneys have advised us to let her have her say here on the program. And I gave her notes. I said, here, this is the story we'd like you to tell on your first interview. Put it in your own words. Make it sound natural.
My name is Tammy Fitch of the New England Fitch.
Ad time, pal. Now that's very smart at Cornette. I got to give him that. Very, very smart.
I'm just giving the people what they want. Showman becomes the most original musical ever. No, stop it. I want to prove I can make it on my own. Prove to who? Everyone. They change your hair on your head. I'm just giving the people what they want.
Better, man. I'm going to look that up real quick.
I'm sure you've heard.
One take she did.
Mrs. Clinton has proven that a woman can do anything she wants.
Here is this woman who idolizes the person that they all can't stand. And she was coming to Smokey Mountain Wrestling because she demanded equal opportunity.
Right. The reason I'm here today is because I have filed a sexual discrimination lawsuit against Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
People hated that. She leaned into the idea that she could make people hate her. She wasn't scared of it at all.
Become the first lady of Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Hi, this is Tammy Fitch, and I'm here with Tammy's Tips. You'll be amazed at how I can make Margie into an acceptable human being. Tune in next week for more of Tammy's Tips. I'll make something out of you yet.
As soon as she
What? Damn, that's some good shit. Dude, she played that character really well. We're going to have Dr. Tom on, pal.
From the time they first came to Tennessee, they were inseparable. They wrote
Insecure about the masculinity.
in early 90s, charisma and Chris's dynamic wrestling style gets the attention of the WWF. Signing with the company, the pair finally achieved their ultimate dream. He was obviously as a mentor as well as a boss, but
I need to have some more of these nachos. One sec.
was the young. Much more comfortable being himself, but I think he just thought it was a right of decision. See where it goes. And he won the tag titles. They added the tag partner and they made Tom Pritchard, who had, long curly hair that he was a big fan of, shaved his head. And I'm like, they should have just called me. It's like I had the hair already. I'm Lance Storm, a professional wrestler who worked with Chris and Tammy in Smoky Mountain Wrestling as well as Extreme Championship Wrestling. That's it. Although in hindsight, being 2020, thank God he didn't. That's what Chris Candido off on the wrong foot with the fans in the WWF. This girl jumping jacks and she's pretty, so they started loving her.
She was amazing on the mic. She was amazing as a manager. She was amazing at any damn thing in the business that you could possibly ask of her. I am Terry Reynolds, former diva, manager, wrestler. She was, back in the day, the most downloaded female on AOL. And if you don't know what AOL is, well, that was back in the day, like back when Christ was born, we had AOL. Anyway, she was gorgeous. She had it all. Viewer discretion is advised.
She went from a 19-year-old kid to a 24-year-old sex symbol. Well, with the explosion of the internet, and all of a sudden it's.
Oh, dude, you remember the AOL CDs? I remember I got one that had like Indiana Jones on the cover.
And there was a lot of teenage or younger boys that thought that was a pretty damn good thing. In the beginning, a lot of people liked Tammy because she could come across as very charming. But once you got to know her, you understood that was just a front. And Tammy was all about Tammy. Tammy was divisive. I always liked Tammy. I understood she was ambitious. Like, that's not a negative. But it can
Wow, that's still pretty recent.
So there was one time on television before they had taken her off road as the Bobby Donna's manager. Henry and Phineas Godwin, the pig farmers, they carried a slop bucket around and dumped the slop over the head of their opponents, and people would cheer and they just love it. On a particular night, I remember the Godwins coming in, putting the bucket down in the locker room and said, guys, the bucket is going on Tammy tonight, so don't anybody do anything in this bucket. There must have been DNA from 20 different people in there. Tammy seemed to have in the dressing room. I don't know why. If cockiness was a penalty, that business. Everybody needs to have the performer's ego. Yes, you must have an ego, no doubt. Tammy didn't lack an ego, but she went off the rails because she didn't know how to control it. Tammy skyrockets to fame as one of the first female megastars in the WWF. Her rise to the top is plagued by a culture of drugs and alcohol. Soon, she's caught up in the hard partying lifestyle. Well, at the time that Tammy and Shawn Michaels started their liaison, I didn't know about it originally. Most people didn't. Then the rumor started circulating, and then it started to become more of an out in the open thing. Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid, was the top star in the WWF. He was the champion. He defeated Bret Hart in 1996 at WrestleMania and carried.
Yeah, like in the mid '90s, Shawn Michaels was like the boy band of wrestling.
Because he could, and he could get away with it. I'm feeling off the ring. Can you feel it? Did Chris find out about Sean or Tammy? I don't know if he actually caught him red-handed, but how could you not know? Is my point.
Of course he knew. Everybody knew. I have to believe that he knew it and just could not accept it. She was a little girl that just wanted to be loved, and being loved by the top guy felt a whole lot better than being loved by, her boyfriend that was down here, I assume.
Shawn Michaels hadn't been Shawn Michaels. He got sideways with Chris Candido. Chris Candido would have broke him in 15 pieces and shoved him up his own ass. Chris wasn't going to do that because Michaels is a big star. This is Chris's dream to work for the biggest promotion. He took it.
That sounds a little bit more accurate coming from Jim Cornette, where he's telling the story of, yeah, Chris knew what was going on, but he couldn't, and he could easily beat Shawn's ass in a real fight, but no way he would or attempt anything because it would fuck his career over. Some slow ass ads, pal. Yeah, overall, it was a completely terrible situation all around.
So I grabbed him, I threw him out of the room into the hallway. He's trying to fight to get back in. I'm not letting him. I'm like, dude, let's get in the car and let's get out of here. And he's like, I can't do that, dude. And he's like, dude, I brought her into this business. It's my responsibility to take care of her. I'm like, that's bullshit, dude. He's like, get out of here. And he's like, I can't do it.
We were together for the 7-year mark. And it was like, I had the itch. You know what I mean? I was kind of tired of being in the same thing. And so we split up for a little while, and that's when I was seeing Sean. Nothing was ever talked about. Nothing was ever brought up. That's why, like to this day, I always wondered, did he know everything? Did he not know? If he knew, he just loved me so much, he just ignored it. You know what I mean? I would love to know, but I'll never know.
Chris Candido's undeniable talent.
Yeah, I have no doubt Chris knew what was going on, but wrestling business, wrestler mind, man.
He came back to the dressing room. He saw I got hurt that Willie found out that he was more than hurt. It was broke. And this kid's going out there busting his ass. Having a broken neck. Until he was in WWF, and it was at necessity. He was pain. He was hurt. He used it to just go to sleep and forget about it. I think he used it for his emotions at times, yes.
I'm with you on that, Gam. Like, I think Tammy, her getting her spending, the next 25 years in jail, she should be spending that time, getting right with God, getting right with Jesus, because honestly, that's kind of, in my opinion, as a fellow believer, that seems like a reprieve. All right, I'm punishing you, but giving you another chance.
Leaves the WWE in search of the main event spotlight and joins the hardcore and controversial Extreme Championship Wrestling. Paul was in charge of ECW. Chris knew he would be well utilized there. And he was.
was that he was a throwback to an old-time wrestler. He was exciting and fast and strong, and he could talk, and he looked good. That in-ring portrayal.
Triple threat, pal.
It's like people think we were insane, but it's like ACW when we were working. It's like his finisher was the blonde bombshell, the power bomb off the top rope. And depending on which one of us won, we would give the other one the power bomb off the top rope every night. He had injuries from these bumps. I remember there was one time in the middle of the night his back was bothering so much that they caved in and took him to the hospital. And when they went in and first looked, I said, well, I need to see the accident report. And Chris was like, what do you mean? He's like, well, you were in a car accident, right? He's like, no. They're like, well, how did your back end up this messed up? He's like, I wrestle professionally.
Thanks for that 90s grunge era. Love that kind of shit.
Yeah, dude. You really don't understand how much your body gets torn up wrestling night in and night out.
People involved on the ECW roster were already so much wrestlers, especially in the 90s and 2000s. It's a muscle relaxer, heavy-duty muscle relaxer.
The intended use for someone is take one or two with food. However, if you take 6, 7, chew them up, swallow them, and it's like I was gonna say insta drunk, but it's not drunk. It's like a euphoric state is pretty much what it is. It seems to me like people can be addicted with one prescription with 30 pills, but is up.
It was the jack-offs that she was going out and partying with. They're all drinking. They're all doing somas. She didn't have any of those issues. She just started doing it socially.
Tammy's meteoric rise in the WWF hits a sudden obstacle with the arrival of Sable, a new diva who quickly outshines Tammy in the eyes of both the company and the fans. In the hopes of revitalizing her career, Tammy joins Chris in ECW as his on-screen manager. But her struggles with substance abuse continue, affecting her performance in the ring.
She would, walking on her high heels, her ankles would be vibrating and shaking, and she'd be stumbling. The audience noticed it on her entrance.
As Chris and Tammy's drug use spirals,
She's a crack whore, pal.
both for audiences and ECW owner Paul Heyman. We tell a few jokes, let's get on the floor and do the curly show. There's no more jokes now. There's no more fun and games. No more joking around. To keep their jobs in ECW, Tammy agrees to film a provocative video that's directed by Paul Heyman.
My first drink was at home.
Fucking Paul Heyman, man.
Pills to make you go to sleep.
It was disheartening. As their friend, I'm watching it, sitting there going, this is not productive. This is not going to help these kids in any way.
I was hoping I wouldn't wake up this morning.
Yeah, that looks like scandalous shit for ratings, man. Oh.
For a long time, still, I work up getting mad at him now for doing that.
Yeah, that's fucked up, dude. Heyman should. Yes, Heyman is. Yeah, Heyman was a douchebag for doing that.
I don't think it did anyone any favors. Now, the right answer would have been that their time off, they'd gone to rehab and got everything worked out, and we had the triumphant story on the return, but as their alcoholism and soma addictions grow more severe, Chris and Tammy's domestic problems escalate to a whole new level of intensity. I would see something really crazy, just crazy insanity. Like she's pulling knives out of the butcher block. He's running away, and then she's locked in the car, and then the next day, and he's like, "Oh, dude, Tammy's waiting for you to put together your bedroom set. And he's like wondering why I'm not stoked to go put together a bedroom set. And we just never talked about it. We just left it under the rug, and that was it. Chris would be in the ring, wrestling, and Tammy would be somewhere else with somebody else in the back. While he's in the ring. While he's in the ring, you have to want to stop. You have to want to get better. I don't think either one of them knew how to live any other way at that time.
From ECW, Paul Heyman keeps Chris and Tammy on the payroll by assigning them office jobs, including arranging travel plans for on the road.
This American Express card, and he would cash.
What Chris and Tammy don't know is that ECW is struggling with crippling debt. As the promotion crumbles, the couple is stuck with a massive bill for tens of thousands of dollars in ECW expenses.
So they ended up in huge debt and ultimately ended up losing their home. So that was a horrible time for them.
The drug use was.
Yeah, so fuck Paul Heyman even more. He contributed to this shit.
And we could go there and get 120 somas every other day. So we were at this pharmacy, and we were waiting. And he has a seizure, and he bites his tongue, and he's coughing up.
I know what you think.
Ad time, pal. Whoop, whoop. Can't find a better man.
Blood. Like, look at me, So they call an ambulance, and when you come out of a seizure, you don't know what you're saying. They're like, sir, what day is it? Sir, what day is it? I'm like, move out of the way. Ask him something he knows. I'm like, how many times did Ric Flair win the new title? He's like, 16. I'm like, all right, he's alive. And he'd be like, I'm in the hospital. The things out of his arm would go.
After years of uncertainty, they joined an independent wrestling promotion in Puerto Rico with the hope of revitalizing their careers. However, things quickly take a turn for the worse.
We get there, the buildings are decrepit, a lot of them are outside, no running water. You get hit in the head with 9-volt batteries as you walk in the locker room. People go up to concession stands, buy a cup of soda, drink it, fill it with pee, pour it on your head as you walk in the locker room, whether you're a heel or babyface, doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's Puerto Rico. Those are Puerto Rico crowds. That's just how it is down there. They're shitheads.
It was well known where you could go to get somas, just like that. I heard Chris was struggling. I heard it was bad. You just say, dude, if I go out, I want to leave a good-looking corpse, blonde, tan. Dude, don't say that shit. He needed to change. I think he even knew, that he needed to change, and it's not time to stay there and die. were sitting there on our lunch, and he's like, man, it's on the Indies right now. He's like, they really get under my skin. He's like, they don't look like professional athletes. He's like, when I was 17, 18, I was already big, muscular. I was going to Smoky Mountain. I was making moves. I was doing all this stuff. I'm like, yeah, dude, that's why you were a standout. That's why you made it, numbnuts. And he's like, man, I really came up. And I was like, dude, no, you didn't. Like, you're 32, 31. Let's get back on track. And he's like, yeah, dude. It was at that point that his love for wrestling overcame his addiction to the Somas.
And what should have been a comeback ended up being his end.
With Tammy by his side, he returns to the mainland to join a new wrestling promotion called Total Nonstop Action Wrestling. Back on television, he's determined to work his way to the top of the industry.
Yep, Chris Candido died while he was with TNA. And what makes it even more sad, he was on the upswing. He was on an upward trajectory. He was getting his life back together. And then one fucked up accident from a leg surgery.
Like Smoky Mountain, Chris Candido again.
There was a camera in the ring, and he tried to bump to get away from it. And that got his boot hung up a little bit in the canvas when he was trying to bump it. And the shin broke right away. He wanted to stand up, but he couldn't. He got out of the ring, and they took him to the hospital, and I'm freaking out. I'm here, I call his phone, and he's like, dude, I can't believe I left the ring. He's like, I just couldn't stand up, He's like, I'm just like embarrassed that I left the ring. Like, I shouldn't have done that.
Joined him on Monday, and he said, hey, I'm about to go to the doctor. I'll call you back.
After undergoing extensive ankle surgery, Chris makes a surprise appearance at a TNA event just 2 days later. He then boards a flight home, unaware of the tragedy that awaits.
Everybody saw the horrendous injury that I sustained at lockdown.
On Wednesday, he flew home and he called me Wednesday night. And he's like, oh, no, I just don't feel good. I said, well, Chris shouldn't have flown home. He just needs to go to bed. And that was the last time I talked to him.
All I know is he was fine on the phone talking to me. The two of us were chatting. Last thing we said to each other was, hey, love you, bro, love you too. It was the next morning I get a call that Cook's in the hospital. I go in there and I see him like laid on the hospital bed. And I get on top of him like I've done a million times. I'm like, Cook. I'm like, yo, wake up. And, I'm trying to open his eyes and shit. And then when I was trying to grab, once I grabbed his hand, I realized he passed away because the blood stopped flowing. And I was like, holy shit. Like, it was the worst experience. I just go walking. I found a church, and I said a couple prayers. And then, sorry for that.
The last interaction I had with Chris. Sorry.
Chris Candido really was a tragedy. He shouldn't have died. He should still be here with us.
Everything was off.
Dude, I know, man.
Chris is dead. Is it Chris? It couldn't be Candido. I just talked to him Monday. It said Candido. Someone started crying. Dude, I don't really. It's freaking stuck with me.
Doctor comes in, kneels down in front of me and says, sorry, he's gone. I said, what? I said, you're sorry he's gone? I said, what are you talking about? Gone where? Where did you guys walk out? It's like, no, we lost him. Like, what do you mean? I don't comprehend this. And then that's when they said they found the blood. They said after the surgery, blood formed in his ankle and went to his lungs, which caused a little pneumonia, and went to his heart. And that's the nothing they could have done.
Yeah, dude, he breaks his ankle in the ring or snaps his shin, which leads to him getting a blood clot that kills him.
Surgery by himself. You think back on things and you say, maybe if I was there, things would be different. I miss him.
Yeah, it's rough, man. This is rough. Like you really feel the biggest victims in all of this are Chris's mom and brother.
Because he had a lot more life to live.
Here's the thing about this.
As well as, Chris himself.
Finally, he has all those problems, and he finally's getting straightened out. And just when he gets his last chance, it was because he was so dedicated to the wrestling business that he died. He could have sat at home and they would have paid him. But he had that surgery.
Yeah, I know. That's what makes it even more so much more tragic. Like he was turning a corner and getting his life fixed, and was like, where would Chris Candido be right now if that bullshit didn't happen?
With Chris, I don't get sentimental about many people.
Like, dude even got Jim Cornette worked up. Ad time, hopefully the last one. Yes, I'm with you on that, Gammy. He could have been a huge positive influence on a lot of hopeful and upcoming new wrestlers coming into the business. He could have had an enormous positive influence.
Candido was around today, he'd be one of the biggest stars in wrestling because the style has changed. And they like smaller, younger, fat.
The road that Chris helped pave is now the road most traveled. And I think because of that, he's left a bigger legacy, even though she was by far the bigger star at her peak. Bridge to Divas. The road she paved at the time is a road almost no longer traveled.
It's for her saying she has no regrets. Zero, zilch. I don't know if you are a living, breathing human being that you can truly utter those words and mean them, because mistakes are regrets, in my opinion.
When was the last time you spoke?
I think she just got out of jail.
your last name? What's your first name? Okay, what's your middle name?
Yeah, did I up? Sure, I did. Absolutely. But you know what? Shit happens. Life happens, and there's nothing you can do about it. I, unfortunately, didn't know how to cover it up very well with, 7 DUIs and, a couple of jail stints.
You could still always hold out hope that she'd straighten up and get her shit together. People do. And then we got the news. And at this point, it's never surprising, but still, it's like, oh boy, if she'd done it now.
49-year-old Tamara Sitch, a former WWE wrestler, crashed into the back of a car, killing its 75-year-old driver.
She's drunk. She has no license with the multiple DUIs. She has no business being anywhere behind the wheel. And is now charged with DUI manslaughter, up to 20.
She's denying it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What happened ended up with Tammy in the end. That was justice. I mean, she robbed a family of their father and grandfather and their husband. Sorry, you got to pay the penalty for that. Sucks, but you did that. Nice, pal. What's up, Scott? Good to see you, pal. Whoop, whoop.
Chris, the last 15 years, I don't think if he'd have lived, if he would have been a significantly different person. Because the business is more accepting of what Chris offered and what he brought.
His legacy. I think you're doing. You should just do it. Just do it. If you have a dream, dream it. Live your dream. Live your life to the fullest. He did more in 33 years than I've done in 73. So he's been everywhere. He's seen so many things. He's had so many.
Wow, and even Chris's mom putting him over for hey, you did a lot more than I did.
And I'm thankful for that.
Dude, good shit. All right, that's where we're gonna end it for here for tonight, pal. Tomorrow, Monday Locker Room. Tomorrow night, Impact Attack. Much love to you guys. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Much love to you, pal. Whoop, whoop. Giggity, giggity.